What's up, makeup minions? I'm Kim Witte from Witte Artistry, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button below to become part of the Witte Artistry family. Here is another SFX makeup tutorial basics. This time it is a broken nose with also some black eyes and bleeding. So let's begin this tutorial. If you would like behind the scenes access and special perks, feel free to support me on Patreon. I'm starting off this tutorial with already a black eye made, which I taught you how to do in this previous video linked up below, so if you haven't seen that yet, totally check it out. But this entire look, I'll be using a bennye bruise wheel to create both the bruising in my black eyes and also around the edges of my broken nose. Typically, when people get a broken nose, they get hit really hard, so all of the blood tends to seep into their orbital sockets, which gives them like a black eye appearance, even if they didn't get hit in the eye. So currently what I'm doing is, in my inner corners, I'm going in with a black-red color and then feathering it outward and adding some red. Now I'm using prosaide adhesive, which is a medical-grade adhesive that you apply very thinly and you wait for it to go clear, kind of dry, in order for it to be tacky. And then I'll be using sculpting wax. This is by Mehron called Syn Wax, which is very similar to bennye's nose and scar wax. All you gotta do for this stuff is remove it from the container, get it kind of warm and malleable, but use facial lotion on your fingers to make sure it doesn't stick to them. Just stick it onto that prosaide and blend it out. I just put a thin snake on the edge of one side of my nose and blended it in to kind of make it look like a bump, only on one side, so when the effect is all said and done and everything's colored properly, it looks broken. The lotion-covered sculpting tool, I am cutting in a small slit in the bridge of my nose. Basically, it's just a straight line and I'm kind of pushing it up and down just to create a little bit of a gap, because sometimes when people get a broken nose, their skin will split wherever they got hit. Then just blend out the edges into your skin. My favorite materials for coloring wax is alcohol-activated makeup. I'm just using the Skin Illustrator Basics palette, and I'm using a very diluted amount of the red just to go over the wax. The wax is a fair color, and I am pretty white, so it's almost the same as my skin tone. So I'm just going over it with red, which makes it look more like my skin, and then around the edges with more purples and reds, because your bruising around your nose is nuts when you get hit really hard, just like that example up in the corner. So basically just dab it around the raised portions in a random kind of way and blend it out with more alcohol, or maybe add a little bit of cream makeup in there. Just have some variations of purples and reds and the tiniest bit amount of blue. I'd say the key to nose and scar wax is always less is more. The smaller the amount that you can use, the more realistic the final look will be. Wax is very sticky, so you do have to powder it when everything's said and done, so I'm just using Nye's Translucent Powder just to go over the wax to remove the shine. Using a mixture of red and black body paint, I'm just filling in the cut and kind of adding a little bit of dribbles down the side because I thought it would look cool. Using a Stipple Sponge, I'm just lightly pressing the texture into the wax just to make it look more like skin, kind of looks a little bit like pores, and then I'm darkening up the inner edges of my eye again, this time with more black red than before to really concentrate the bruising, because my nose is really jacked up, so I wanted to make sure my eyes had a lot of blood pooling in them. Blend out the edges just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Mix together some Mehron Paradise paint, red and black, and I'll be using this to simulate blood coming out of my nose for part of it and also for the cut. But I decided Theatrical Blood might be a little bit better since it has a shine. So I used that, put it in my nose, and then I did a ridiculous headbanging routine to try to get it to drop. And you're done. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up and drop me a comment below. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this, and I really hope you guys like this SFX look and also the previous video about the bruise, but I just wanted to say happy Halloween. I love you all and see you next Saturday.